Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions. I'm Marianne. Welcome to my Sun Sign Love Connection readings for the second half of September. And the beautiful love connections of all the different zodiac signs. Though today's featured sign is that of beautiful, it's right on there actually, beautiful, deep, intense water element of Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. Well, we're in Virgo season, Scorpio, and that's, I think I was talking, yeah, we were still in the Virgo season when I read to you last, at the beginning of the month. If you didn't get a chance to see that, you might want to check and see and compare notes and the energies and such, because we had the beautiful new moon in Virgo, the last reading, and we're about to approach the full moon on the 20th in Pisces, which is, oh gosh, both are so good for you for different reasons, you know, like we're in Virgo season still through the 22nd. And that's absolutely about our grounding capabilities, you know, and here you as a water sign, I'm not going to say you can't be grounded. In fact, out of the three, which is what, Pisces, you know, Scorpio and Cancer, you probably are better at that because you are ruled by Pluto more modernly, historically Mars. So there's a bunch of fire and drive and determination for sure. And Pluto is no exception. It's the transformation in all of us that needs to take place. It's going deep. It's going down deep, you know, within ourselves, the shadows, the parts we don't want to see, but we want to get rid of and change and renew and reinvent, right? That's who you are. And that's what you do. And Virgo really helps to heal, and it helps to move on, And this whole past weekend was the anniversary of the Twin Tower devastational, you know, incident. And so I think for myself, I really, I took it to heart more than ever, and I just watched everything I could. And yeah, I do have some Scorpio in my natal chart, so I know that was a part of it, but I just needed, and I will continue to, and I'll continue to grow and learn and heal, because it's so important that we do that from something of that nature that all of us were a part of, that lived then, and they're still a part of it. Even if you weren't, you're still hearing about it, and you will for the rest of your life. It was that impactful, and it was during Virgo season, so that's about service and, you know, staying grounded and determined to heal and to help and to go out of our way to do and to work towards, you know, a better life, a better understanding, you know, the involvement and the expansion of our mind, which you too, by the way, Scorpio, are extremely interested and proficient in, is the human psyche, you know, this incredible ability you have to feel and pick up and understand others, you know, through your feelings, but also through your incredible clairvoyance and psychic and intuitive nature. So it's a real deal with you, and it's very, very powerful and magnetizing, and you're very caring and loyal and possessive, and, you know, everything is just raw. It's just raw. It's what you see is what you get, which I've always said I appreciate about you greatly. So we've had that energy, which is Virgo, and you had the new moon to bring out those intentions and help with whatever you may need in your own personal life, having to do with your, you know, life circumstances, what we feel, touch, see, the tangible things. Unlike the element of water, because water is, you know, non-logical and non-conformative. It just flows, and it's fluid, and it's changing, and it's, you know, it can go and be places where other elements can't, and it's pretty incredible, but it works really well with the earth element. So I've known that for you. And then we're entering into Libra season, as well as Mercury retrograde in Libra, but we'll handle all that. The new moon is going to be very, very important for your creative endeavors and things you've thought about pursuing or redoing that you hadn't done in a while. You're really focused on that. It's a beautiful time to be so. Digging deep and deciding, you know, making that final decision, if you will, about where you want to take this or that person or this relationship is coming through. And I'm going to be picking your highlighted connection, as I always do, to read the 4 major categories about, finishing with the oracle, divination, and messages and insights and inspiration for all of you Scorpios out there. Okay, so the highlighted connection is one that Spirit wants me to read and inform you of, because it is an energy that has to do with perhaps a person you already know or you're involved with, or persons with that type of energy. It could just be the energy and the time frame of that particular energy coming through, or somebody you may still come to know and not have met yet, which is pretty exciting, really. And that's what happens with retrogrades, but it's also what happens with new moons for an undetermined amount of time. So for those of you looking and wanting that, that's a very good possibility. I put it on the table. That's what shows you what's happening right now. Let's try putting it on the board. Okay. So, and in a more, stable position. So let's see what the important highlighted connection for Scorpio is for the remainder of, whoops, fell right off the board, for the remainder of September. Leo, ooh, baby, there's that fire, there's that Mars rule kind of energy going through you, and you're just feeling like really, really ambitious. I feel like you've had rest. I feel like you've had time to kind of really rejuvenate and kind of ground yourself with Virgo season, and that's so important for everybody, to be able to just get away, take time, even if it's just by yourself and whatever you like to do, and just close off the world, which is also really important for water signs to do anyway. And Leo is about, just courage and strength and ego and, determination as well. A fixed sign, you're both fixed signs. So yeah, you may have fire in your chart. You may have had something very prominent happen in your relationships or your personal life, your work situation that catered around the Leo season, which was, July, August, and it's still kind of coming through for you. Or, there is this Leo person in your life and you're just like having an amazing time, and you have a lot of differences, but you have a lot of things that really attract each other, and it's a common relationship I've seen. It's not one of the easiest ones, but people like that sometimes. I don't know, I can't explain why people do what they do. I'm just expressing to you the different energies and elements that tend to cling and hang on and at least give each other a try, right? I think it's a real physical and sensual relationship. And there's great love because, Leo is ruled by the sun, and there's so much passion and heart-centered things. So it could also obviously just be a very important family relationship or great work partnership that you really feel is very important for you. Okay, but the readings I do with the 4 major categories are definitely for this highlighted message here, but it's for all of your relationships. So this may or may not resonate with you yet and forever. So there's something for everybody in the readings, which I love. And you can always read your moon, rising, ascendant, or Venus to get a really better understanding of your readings that you may resonate with more. So the first category, the overall energy for the second half of September is, and I'm using the beautiful Cat Tarot. This has come up more times than I can tell you. But what it is the 8 of Cups. And there you are. There's your energy. There's your emotion. There's that raw, deep, passionate, intensity that you have. And it's looking at all of the emotions. It's looking at the losses. It's looking at this year, because we're in the last quadrant of it, right? We're heading in. We've just started Labor Day past, heading into, the last part of September, October, November, and then it's December. So yeah, you are, you're ready to take that clean slate. That Virgo new moon definitely affected you in that way, and you've been feeling this anyway, but you needed that surge in that energy, and you're going to get it with the Leo influence. And then we have Mars going into Libra on the 14th of September, right around mid-month through the 30th, I believe, of October. So this was your ruling planet. You have a connection there with Libra. You have that dire desire to balance yourself and to recognize where you're overdoing it in any regard in your life. You want to start new. You want to do that thing you do so well, that transformation again. It's time. You're feeling it. And then a lot of the planets go into your sign. Venus is already in there. This is love. This is money. This is beauty and just a magical kind of powerful feminine, yes, dualities as a masculine sign that you are, but also just that intuitive just kicks in and goes to high drive, especially with Pisces full moon, culminating that. It's really exciting, and I can feel it in my, I was going to say my tailbone, to be honest. I don't know. It's really like coming up through all the chakras and then just in a really beautiful way. It's exhilarating and exciting to change and to try things and to be at a new job that we haven't, at first it may seem nerve-wracking, but then you're just like, whew, this is good. I love change. I like doing new things. I don't want to stay at something all my life. I didn't have a choice when I was let go last year or whatever the circumstance may be. And it probably hurt at that time. You probably felt a little, affected for sure. And certainly if it's a person or, an animal or anything like that you lose, but you're really coming into your own and you're really feeling more of a balance of acceptance now. Okay. And just clean slate, clear water, all that residue of water that can kind of accumulate in all of us. That's not the best when it, sits for too long. It's getting flushed out. And that's really beautiful. So, trying to think of any other messages coming through. I feel like there's fun that can be had. I think you've probably associated yourself with a lot of people and parties, and even though you may be a very social Scorpio, depending on your natal chart and your personal planets. A lot of times not so much. You'd be more content at home and doing your thing, but I feel like you've expanded that a little more in the last month or so. I do. I feel like that's the Leo part. That's the wanting to get out, wanting to be more adventurous, wanting to be seen, the center stage when it's Leo, right? There's a part of you that's like, I'm okay with that right now. And it's fun, And being fun and having fun is essential, right? So that's adding to this new kind of look and feel that you're taking on again, especially before your solar return. Because right now, with Libra, you got a lot of things in your 12th house. That's subconscious. That's the undoing. That's something you're kind of familiar with, right? And you're really sorting things through. You're really going deep, but it's really feeling good. And it's like you've probably done most of it at this point. And you have a month or so to continue to. So anyway, the second category is that of possible blessings or obstacles. And you have the Queen of Cups. Wow. Second cup card, very much in your energy. And also the Queen, the feminine, the intuitive I mentioned, the Cancer influence, the Pisces coming through. And just feeling very nurturing, feeling like you want to just be more giving of yourself, maybe coming outward more with that Leo. And once again, just revealing and being more vulnerable, and I don't normally think of Scorpios as being vulnerable, but of course you are. You just don't want people to see it. It's in there, incredibly so. Crazy, loyal, wonderful, caring people, that you are, but just kicking back and taking it in and taking in those vibes and feeling good. Look at this. It's comfortable. It's a blessing. And you may be surrounding yourself with more watery elements. Maybe you've gone over to the beach and you've spent some vacation time over there. Very healing for you. Virgo season is about healing, as I said. Healing the emotions and kind of getting them, in a place where you feel like, okay, I'm ready now to, not let it take me away too much anymore. Not let it get the best of me. So I like that a lot. That's beautiful. And the third category is the category of finances. Of course, that's money. Money's energy. Everything's energy. You feel that. You're very usually good at being, I would say you can be very prudish with money and very calculating and clever and great to manage money now. And okay, I'll give you an example. I know some people, and there's the Scorpio in the relationship, and then there's the, for example, Aries. And Aries is just like, let's do it, man, fire. Let's just go and spend that. We'll figure it out later. I'm going to make that money, I know, because they're very confident and they're very self-assured and very capable. You, on the other hand, Scorpio, are like, no, we don't know for sure, blah, 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 little details. This is a general reading. You know where I'm going, though. So you're way more inclined to be like, we're not going to spend that much on that. That's ridiculous. What if such and such happens? I can predict and feel within myself that what occurred this past year is not the only time in a lifetime for a lot of us. I'm not trying to put any fear factors in anything. You know what I'm saying. You're being more sensible. You'd rather, what is the term? Close the purse strings and just sit on it for a little bit before you decide to go crazy and spend ridiculous amounts of money on a home, for example, these days, or even a car, or whatever it may be. And so that's an important thing that I think will show up in this message for you as far as finances, or it could just be about what you consider to be wealth, right? And what do you have? You have, it's upside down, the Eight of Swords. Okay, so there you are. You're just like freaking out, or you were in your mind as far as your finances. You're like, oh my gosh. Okay, so I invested in that and that left. I did this and I'm okay, because you are, and you're capable of manifesting anything. Just got to put that in there. But you were really concerned, and the Eight is that self-inflicted confinement that we do. And once again, there's the 12th house of confinement, right? In our minds, here you're this feeling emotional. You've been more in your mind lately, apparently. You've really let this kind of Libra energy coming in affect that, because it's all about our mind and thinking and strategizing and all that, but it can be taken, too seriously. So the sign normally depicted in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is of a woman who's standing with 8 swords around, the swords, the air, the mind, the confinement that we do, the worries, the concerns may or may not exist. We don't know. We're thinking, like we know everything. And I do that. I always think because it's happened, it's going to happen. Things do happen in cycles. That's reality. But what I love about it is it's reversed, because you're not willing to do that anymore. You're not willing to just let it be about the mind. You're definitely going to go with your gut. This is the queen. This is it doesn't have to be a female. It is the part of us that knows. We know what we know, and our minds can't kid us or trick us into thinking anything else. Always go with your gut. Always go with the heart and your intuition. You're smart, beautiful, gifted sign that shares that with other people. So thankfully, yes, the fears about your finances are unwarranted, and you know that, and you're not going to let that happen, because you will block the ability to bring in that energy and the flow and the currency and the law of attraction. So kudos for you on that. And perhaps, the Leo influence is saying, like I said, maybe brought up that feeling just for a bit, because they're going way extravagant. That's what they do. They're just a very extravagant energy. But you decided, you know what? You do your thing and we'll still be good and whatever, but I'm not going to join that because I don't feel comfortable. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to do what's right for me. Hopefully you'll learn and, work it out or whatever, but you're safe, you're good. And I can appreciate that that's something that you teach everybody, is to listen to that voice, listen to your guidance. It's always there for us. We have control over that, right? The 4th category is surprises and wishes. And, surprises come in all different forms, good, bad, and otherwise. I know a lot of us have had a lot of them, myself included, and, how we react and how we adjust and how we choose to heal and be kind and loving and patient and compassionate compassionate with ourselves is essential. But I'm feeling good about your surprise. I just really am. Because you're willing to start this new voyage and to move away from the things that have held you back and made you sad. You don't want to be in that energy anymore. And you have the Three of Pentacles. See what I'm talking about? It's about expansion. Numerology in 3 is about growth and expansion and knowledge and just this way with the arrow. Let's go this way. This is the direct way. This is where it's going to lead me to the wishes that I've asked for. The grounded, practical, Virgo energy that works really well with me because it stays, it's substantial, it's right, and we got to eat. We want to have enough money, and we don't have to go crazy. And you have enough, and you know that, but you're mastering the ability to improve that and to invest in all this. So the surprises are that you've got people coming around to help you out of the blue you may not even know of yet, and this will be something that continues, and it will absolutely, it'll be a wonderful, wonderful transformation from where you've been feeling and where you've been. And that's absolutely great. I felt that beforehand. We all have our times, we worry and everything, but you are not allowing that to happen, Scorpio. So I'm really grateful for you and excited to read that to you as a message. I'm not saying it's 100%. I don't predict anything. This is really good guidance. And just ways to, work with the energies as they come around. So I'll finish with your Super Attractor Manifestation deck and your Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle Messages. Because it is about love in all forms, and not just speaking romantic or, marriage and that sort of commitment. I'm talking all forms of love, which you are very, very capable of in the deepest ways. So your beautiful message for the remainder of the month, September, Scorpio, is just breathe. That's so pretty. I'm still finding new ones. I may have seen this before, I don't remember, but I've definitely pulled a few of them in the second half of September that I've never seen. Just breathe. And it's number 4 for stability and practical and, grounded foundational stability, which is something we all strive for, and it can be there for a certain amount of time and it can feel like it's going to be there forever, but then you never know. So just breathing and having that restorative breath to help us feel grounded and to just start anew and to have that faith and trust. Beautiful picture. I feel like it's a water kind of an element too with the blue, but it's also our third eye with that beautiful color, the third eye chakra, knowing like you do. I don't know how often you've noticed, but I notice sometimes while I'm doing my work as a massage therapist that I prefer to breathe. I prefer for my clients to breathe. It helps so much in the connection, but also the releasing, right? And to allow ourselves to go deeper into a state of calm and grounded energy. So beautiful words to live by. Let us see what it says specifically for you, though, in this wonderful deck by John Holland. So the indigo blue, which is not that. Actually, it is. It represents swords. And you do have, like I said, the one sword where it just is where we tend to get caught up in our thoughts to where it really causes us a sense of, confinement and just like we can't get out of it, but we always can, and yours is reversed. So you've clearly understood that. You've been around this block a few times, and you feel pretty good about that. So let's see what it says for number 4. And it says the words associated are step back, reconnect, rest, and recharge. Well, we mentioned that, and it's that beautiful intuitive quality of the Queen of Cups in all of us allows you to do that and just feel really good. Just take in that energy and the emotions that you have so much of, and put them in a beautiful, positive, spin. Because you've already had to go through the changes and challenges, and it's time to just really take in the most positive aspects as possible. So much time and effort can be extended or expended in maintaining current relationships or in creating new ones that it's easy to forget to just stop and breathe once in a while. This life is not just about connecting with other people. The most important connections you can have are with the divine and your higher self. Queen of Cups. So this is a good time to take a break from your personal relationships and reconnect with your spiritual self. Yes, I love this. Set aside a few minutes every day to sit quietly and just be. Because your wishes and your aspirations and your surprises, it's working together again. It'll always be there, and it could be you and your spiritual self and your higher power and the connection, which is what you're constantly being surrounded with and protected with. So yes, that's beautiful, because you've decided to just check out with the old worries and concerns that kept you, in a place that did not feel right. So excellent synchronicity with this reading. Just be. And the final category, of course, the super attractor manifestation message for all the beautiful Scorpios out there and all of your relationships. It's not for the meek to be in relationships, is it? And we can't live without them. Well, we can, but it's not that great. And it's been proven over and over. We need other people. We do. Or animals or whatever. Some form of life. You get where I'm going with this. Your final message, though, beautiful Scorpios. I accept that good things come easily. I am a super attractor. And yes, you most certainly are. And I would say you're one of the higher level, honestly, manifestors with your water element. It's just a reality. It's not like you claimed that or said, hey, everyone, no, it's just reality for that. And it's great because you help everybody, and make us understand. And a lot of us have water in our charts, and then you got that star, this is the time with Aquarius predominance with Jupiter in Aquarius, the planet of benevolence and expansion and growth and luck and unbelievable fortunate circumstances, in the sign of Aquarius that represents the star in Tarot. And it will remain there through the end of December, the 29th, when it then goes into Pisces. That's going to be phenomenal. You're going to feel some beautiful harmonizing energies with Jupiter in Pisces as a fellow water sign. You may already be starting to feel that. It feels like you're really prepping because it's about releasing and letting go and all the things that you do prior to being in that kind of energy. But I'm excited for you. I really am. And this is a gorgeous message. Say it over and over and over and know it and believe it. And then just let it go. Take great care of yourself, okay? Come on back for your October, beginning of the month. It will be during the retrograde, but we'll make it work. There's a lot of beautiful energies with Libra season and so forth. So thank you again for your time. Till next time, Scorpio. Bye for now.